Hey YouTube, well, I'm here to talk about Queen Sugar. This is, I believe the last episode is next week, the finale. This is episode 12. It starts off with Vi is on television. Y'all remember Vi last week? I gotta try to work it out. It's overcast here, so I gotta try to work the light in these glasses. Now, if I had been wise when I bought my glasses, I would have got the kind that don't reflect for a few more dollars, but I didn't know, so bear with me, people. Okay, so Vi's on TV. Remember she was being interviewed last week by this girl for a local TV show. It opens up with it showing her on there. Vi is looking good and healthy, but more will be revealed shortly in this episode. Charlie tells Prosper that Prosper asks Charlie, right, to come to this meeting that they're having to try to defeat these laundries from building this prison. And Charlie tells Prosper that she don't think she'd be the right person for the job because actually she doesn't own the mill. She has sold it to the laundries. And he does not take that news well at all. He says, girl, you got in bed with the devil, or you are in business with the devil. So all this time, they were all in the impression, apparently. I mean, I guess a couple people knew about what she was doing. I think Ralph and Nova knew, but those were the only ones. So now she revealed that, and this is changes in the relationship or the level of respect that Prosper has for Charlie, right? Next thing we see is Micah's friend, KJ. Micah's friend, KJ, they're all nervous about getting arrested because their other friend, Ant, is under house arrest, and he's probably going to jail for 6 months. So KJ is giving Micah a hard time because he's saying that, well, if you were on house arrest, you would be in that fabulous house. What difference does it make? House arrest is house arrest. You can't go nowhere. Anyway, he's giving him a hard time because apparently he has some resentment because this guy his family has money. I mean, Charlie walked away from that marriage with quite a bit of money, apparently. They live pretty good, so he has resentments, and that's come out now. He tells Micah that you take pictures, and we're in the pictures. So, of course, Micah, doesn't like that, but I mean, it's the facts. He's from a privileged family. He's been in private school his whole life up until now. His mother warned him about going to public school, getting in any trouble, and now he's both feet in. All right, next thing we see is Vi is making seating arrangements for her wedding, right? Okay. She's making seating arrangements for the wedding with Charlie. Wedding or reception. I mean, I'm not sure which one this is. But wherever they eat at. And Vi recognizes there's something going on between Charlie and Nova. And so she asks if she confronts him. And they eventually say, well, Charlie says, first of all, she wants an extra seat. She has a date. This is the Spanish guy. What's his name? Romero. She wants to present Romero. And then she asks Nova, you want to bring anybody but this secret man you've been seeing and all that? Anyway, in this conversation, it comes out that Nova had been seeing Remy. Now, I think Nova should have made it plain that I have not slept with Remy. We kissed. I told her about it. She didn't like it, and I broke it off. Made her case a little more. I mean, she probably thinking you've been screwing this man or, in some love affair. They were being flirtatious. Maybe they came close to crossing the line, but they had not. And she had ended it. Okay, Charlie speaks on behalf of the farmers. All right, so Charlie goes to the meeting, this town meeting, or parish meeting, city council meeting, I think it is. Anyway, Ralph Angel is there. He is encouraging her to say something. Somebody needs to speak up. You know, she's an educated woman. I think she's an attorney. Anyway, they think that she could present the case. She certainly knows the situation. She was the owner of the mill, and she still runs the mill. So I guess technically Charlie is an employee of, she's an employee of Landry. He got his old prune-looking ass up in there. That's an ugly man. He looks sinister. Anyway. So Charlie gets up. She speaks on behalf of the farmers. And at first, the farmer's kind of heckling her a little bit. There's a little ugly guy. You know, he's the first one to speak up. He looks like a bug. He's giving her a hard time. And then after she starts speaking on their behalf, making sense, he lightens up. She gets applause from the audience for her speech, but it's not enough. All right, so they're just going to take a vote, right? We see the okay, I'm not going to talk about them losing just yet, but basically the farmers lose, and this so far this prison is moving forward. Okay, Charlie is in the bathroom at some point in there with Mrs. Landry. We're not totally clear about what Mrs. Landry's Mrs. Bardot. It's hard for me to keep those names separated because Charlie's name is, I don't know, they all got these French names. So I guess she is the boy Jonah, or whatever his name is. That's his mother. So she's a Bardot, I think it is. Anyway, she's Mrs. Landry. She's that boy's, she's Landry's sister. Every time they seem to lose something, she doesn't seem to have much of a reaction to it. So I don't know if she's just crafty. She knows more than everyone else knows. Or she has a plan. Now, we have to remember that Charlie did acquire this other nephew's 10%. So she's got a pretty decent size of this company now. Between his 10% and her 1%, that's 11%. So, like I said, next week is going to be the finale. So we'll see. But as for now, the prison is moving forward. They lost the vote. The lady told her, Landry told her, the Bardot woman told her that they had one chance, and that was just one woman who would probably be the tie vote. I guess she already figured out who was going to vote which way. And there was one swing vote, one tiebreaker, and the woman voted yes for the prison. Right? Well, Vi is okay. So Vi has an attack. She's making all these pies. She's under stress. She's stressed out. You can tell that she's very stressed right before it happens. But the symptoms appear to be like a heart attack. She said she had a hardening of her chest, kind of knocked her down, knocked the wind out of her. And but she calling this pneumonitis or something like that attack. They take her to the hospital, and she has to finally tell the family about her lupus condition. Everyone doesn't know about the lupus. I know that Nova certainly did. Of course, Hollywood does. But she hadn't told the whole family. So now they all know that she has lupus. Maybe Charlie knew about it already. I was under the impression that more people knew about this, but now everybody knows about it. Everybody's there, and then she's worried about her business still. You know, unfortunately, she got ill right when she got this new lease on life and this new business that is very important to her. So the whole family says they're going to step in and do her orders, keep the business going, which is what they should do. This is a family moment when they all have to come together. But nothing like the truth, people. Let people know what you're working with. Okay, so next thing we see is Blue gets frustrated. Okay, so Ralph or Darla had bought Blue a new bicycle, right? And Darla is trying to show him how to ride the bicycle. Blue gets frustrated, throws a little mini tantrum, and he walks off and quits because he fell. I don't know if he felt like she should have held him better, but he fell. She begs him to come, tell him beg him. She, wants him to come back and try again. But it has to be, Ralph eventually helps her and Ralph Angel together. They're both walking behind Blue and helping him to learn how to ride his bicycle. And he does get it. Eventually he does get it. They're both very happy. They hug each other. And they have made up now. So they have got an unofficial agreement now. Darla suggests, let's just do 50-50%, which is what she wanted in the first place. Ralph balked, then she wanted 70. Then he started talking about he wanted full custody. And it turns out that they settled it outside of court. They've agreed to 50% custody. I think Darla just recognizes that this guy, he needs his father. Right? So they make up. They hug. I hope that she's not going to get sucked back into that. But, yeah, it seems pretty hopeless for those two to be together. But they noticeably did not have his girlfriend, the Asian girl, in this episode at all. So, of course, the writers can take it anywhere they want to take it. But I would say that they're getting along. They understand their custody and they've settled that. It's pretty good. It's basically what it was in the first place. They have a better understanding, a better respect for each other's needs. Okay. Micah goes and visits Aunt, even though his mother has told him not to go there. He said he shouldn't be doing this alone. Aunt is pretty decent about the whole situation. He realizes that there was his lighter that he got found. He just has to ride it, and he does. He has to ride it. The other kids confessing is not going to help his situation any. You doing a crime, you get busted, that's on you. You don't drag everybody else into it. So, and Aunt seems to understand that. He makes a little joke about, oh, the girls like me because they like bad boys. Little does he know that when you start going to facilities, many times, it becomes a revolving door if you start that early, going in and out of jail. So let's hope the best for him. Okay, Prosper has had it. It's not totally clear what Prosper is going through. I know he's upset with Charlie. He feels like he wasn't honest with them, but also they failed to stop this prison thing, right? Which means they failed to get him his home back. So it may be just a practical decision. Well, I'm not going to go back to my house. So now he calls his daughter, and he tells his daughter, "It's time for you to come pick me up." Now, as far as we know, it could just be that, well, I'm not going to stay on this woman for the rest of my life. If we can't save my home, then I have to call my daughter. So Charlie overhears it. Of course, she's hurt because she feels like she's let him down and the farmers down. And more will be revealed. As it stands now, they lost. I think it's basically it. Yeah, so they're leading us up to the last episode. It should be fun. I don't know how they're going to pull themselves out of this, but they don't let usually the main characters are not the ones going. They can't suffer all the way into hell, honey. Something's got to happen. So we'll see what that something is next week. See you next week, people.